Once again, I'm George Boston Rhynes with the Get to Free Press, a social media guy who cares about. I'm a social media guy that cares about somebody outside of myself. I was Air Force buddy. Both of us are retired from the military. And he was telling me about an American citizen that died in a jail here in the state of Georgia from bed bugs. That's right, bed bugs ate the man alive. And I'm going to look into that, and I will be providing you with more information. I just want to get the word out. And I want to thank the people who call me on issues such as this that often here in South Georgia don't reach the news media. And therefore, the general public stay ignorant on the issues. My beautiful brother from Jacksonville, I want to say to you, thank you for informing me about the inmate in a Georgia jail being bitten and killed or murdered by bed bugs. That's right, killed by bed bugs. I know, some of you all probably remember back when I used to cover the Valdosta and Lowndes County Jail, and the many deaths that have occurred out there with little to no news media publication. Back in 2000 and whenever it reported, it's all on my channel, that Valdosta and Lowndes County was leading the state of Georgia in jail deaths. And I fought for decades on trying to get the Department of Justice and the G.B.R. and others to come out and thoroughly investigate the Valdosta and Lowndes County jail deaths and abuse and the medical facility, to little to no avail. And from what I hear, people have just given up because nobody cares about their fellow human beings. Be that as it may, Valdosta is no different from many other jails and prisons across the state of Georgia among the wicked. I say wicked because if people were not wicked, they will feel the pain of other human beings. Tomorrow, if God pleases, I will be to the late inmate Maurice Terrell Jenkins' funeral, who they say committed suicide at Coastal Prison here in Georgia. The sister have given me information that I'm not going to publish here because she has an attorney, and he's very capable of educating the people. But I just want you all to know, if you want to hear more about Maurice Terrell Jenkins' death and where the funeral will be held on tomorrow, go to my YouTube channel on Boston G.B.R. or Google George Boston Rhynes on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and other sites. And you all ask me, Brother Rhynes, why in hell do you do what you do? Why have you done it for so long with little to no support? Why don't you set up a PayPal? Why don't you set up an Instagram account? Why don't you do something to get donations as you travel to these cities? And been doing it since 1975 in the totality of the work you were called, chosen, and elected to do. You don't understand the me that make me me. You don't know the pain and suffering that I went through to get where I am today. And I don't blame you for not supporting me or even to say a kind word about me. You don't have to do that because I really don't need it. Y'all have a nice day and may God bless you. But above all of that, let us be a blessing to each other. I thank God for all the pain and the suffering that I've endured, even in the military when they tried to destroy my retirement. My squadron commander, the one here at Moody Air Force Base, told my subordinates that Sergeant Rhynes will never retire, and we gonna see to that. I could call his name, but that's not the flavor of my nature, nor the nature of my flavor, because God said he was gonna pay every man according to his work. And so I don't have to look on my performance reports and pull up my enemy's social security number and supplant it like some people do, because that's not the flavor of my nature either. I'm just waiting for God to do his thing. God is a better warrior than I could ever be, and he said that if I hold my peace, he would fight my battle. That's one reason I let the local jail here in Valdosta and Lowndes County alone. God is going to deal with that. God going to deal with the deputies who know what's going on and don't stand up against what is happening against the American people. I assure you that Galatians 6 and 7 is real. I've known sheriff deputies that mistreated inmates in the Valdosta and Lowndes County Jail. And we are witnesses in the circle of the God of my ancestors that God is paying some of them back for what they did when they were wearing the uniform before they retired. You don't see it, but we who are called, chosen, and elected, we see what God is doing for them and to them. In some cases, God is doing it to their family members. And we never lift our hands in the black community. We just keep praising God and reminding God to live up to his word as he promised us in the volume of sacred law. And just remember, even the black people who beat up on black folk, they too are going to receive their just reward. Their family members and their own children and grandchildren will walk into the fate, not us black folk, but into the fate that God of our ancestors have so ordained. You can run from our God, but you will never get away. Most of us will probably be dead and in our grave. But these wicked people's children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren, unless God is a liar, they're going to pay for the evil deeds they've done in the body. The pastors would say this, but Satan done stripped them down to their undershorts, and they can't say this. But God hewed me out from among the mountains of men to do what I've been doing since 75. And now today there's a lot of other little George Boston Rhynes that's fighting like I have preached since 1975. Now y'all have a nice day. And I feel for that family member who was killed or murdered by bed bugs. But somebody in that facility knew the bed bugs was there. Those who failed to check on him. It is indeed a disgrace. And we got to talk about it. You better believe I'm going to be posting a video soon about the bed bug man. Yeah, the bed bug man and the bed bug police officers, black and white, who knew what was going on. But for some reason, even though they go to church, mosque, synagogue, temples, they didn't say a damn thing. But don't get upset with them. Just thank God, because he said these days was going to come when the love of many would wax cold. This is the dispensation in which we live. Only a few of us are going to stand up on the square and stay within the circle of the compass and mark the spot in the circle of the God of creation. If you properly understand St. John the Baptist and St. John the Evangelist, peace be unto all of you who can meet me as Amos met God with the plumb line in his hand, telling us to stand up for what is right in this world. Bye-bye. We're gone. The voice of the people cannot be silenced. And if they silence the voice, God have 10,000 others that will come to replace just one. Bye-bye. We're gone.